So last night we had a good Raw for the first time in a while. It was very flashy. It had a new kind of feel, but I would argue tonight kind of bookended that feel and giving us what you would call a good week. I don't recall we've had a good week in WWE programming in forever. Now, I'm not counting NXT or 205. I'm counting Raw and SmackDown. And I thought they were good tonight. A lot of people are crazy about how good Raw was last night, and it was good. I'm not arguing that. But I would argue that tonight was better. Let's mark out.
We are going to watch Battlegrounds, drink some Diet Pepsis, and talk about the Ascension.
I'm not angry. What the?
The longest-running weekly overproduced, under-talented, episodic, sometimes echoing, often infighting wrestling podcast.
And hello and welcome to July 2nd, 2019's reaction of SmackDown Live. This is Smarkdown. My name is Adam Baum. I am your host. I am flying solo in the studio, but I am not flying solo for the show. On the wide table fan line, I've got Anaconda Vice joining me. What's up, buddy?
I'm here. I'm going to bring the heat, and let's get this shit popping. Let's go.
Are you doing a Medine impersonation with those pauses? Because it sounds just like him.
Yeah, I was trying.
Oh, well,
I haven't seen him in like 6 months. So
yeah,
I figured
Medine's MIA. He'll always be in our heart, but it seems like he's never going to be in the studio. I don't know where he is. I think actually he's in Cincinnati. On the board, Carmen is filling in for Stike Leather. Bang Bus is joining us, Captain Obvious. I'm sure I'm going to fight with Bang Bus tonight. That's for sure. Juan is here. He says, hello, everyone. Hello, Juan. I'm glad to have you. I don't know if you heard my cold open. I hope you did. But Anaconda Vice, I think tonight was better than last night. What's your overall take?
Show. Yeah, tonight was a good show. I don't know if it was better than last night. I'm thinking that it had better wrestling, less nonsense, but
well,
I got to get your take on why it's better. I got to hear you say it.
I mean,
why.
I'm going to give you the next half hour is going to be full of reasons why. It's called a little game we like to play called
You good?
You good? You good? You good?
You good?
So for those at home and on the board that don't know how we play this, it's very simple. We go run down the card. If you don't like it, just say you're good. We don't have to talk about it, and we will move on. But I think there was a lot of good stuff tonight. I'm going to start it off, Anaconda Vice. I'm going to kick it to you. This one I definitely don't want to talk about, so I'm good here if you are. But the show starts with a recap of Lashley and Strowman from Raw the previous night.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know why you did this here. And later on in the night, you show Bobby responding on Twitter. Wrong show. I mean, I know the wild card rule's gone, but still, if they're not here, you shouldn't talk about it. So, good. Start off easy, and now we get to the Kevin Owens show. Vice, you want to talk about this one, right?
I did. This was fucking great. I thought this was great.
Here's the problem. This segment brought the heat. And they let Kevin Owens do it like nobody could. Throwing his little tantrum back in Dolph. Just shut up, Dolph. You were the man 8 years ago for a brief period. I mean, every little thing that he said was brilliant. And then Shane spoke is the problem. I loved this segment until we got to Shane.
Yeah, me too, man. I was marking out when Kevin Owens was on the mic. He was talking real spicy, and I know all the fans loved it. we were all marking out, just loving his promo that he had, and then Shane.
But here's the thing. Shane, not only does he just completely shit on it, which, by the way, the one thing that was a little weird is them fighting to say that they should be a contender when we've already got a contender and next week's a go-home show. So that didn't make too much sense. But Shane decides to pull a Teddy Long and then just gets the fuck out of Dodge. What was that about? Yeah. I mean,
I have no idea. I'm done with this guy, man. I'm done with this Shane. Like,
he's killing Drew.
He's wasted time,
and he's killing Drew, I think. Now, part of the reason
Drew should be on the top of the card, like competing for main title.
So yeah, exactly. And so we're gonna go into the next chapter when Dolph comes out in a second. But Shane makes his exit, and the two of them get told basically that they're going to tag together for a number one contenders match to be part of a triple threat at Extreme Rules. I had to rewind this shit to keep track of what actually was Shane said the stipulation was. But you're putting two heels together who are clearly at odds with each other. And it begs the question that Carmen filling in for Stike put up there. And I'll ask you this, Vice. So who's the babyface here, KO or Dolph? Because it was just two heels who turned on each other at the end. I mean, I can't see the way that their characters have flip-flopped over the years that a face turn for either would benefit them, right?
Yeah, we're not going to get a Kevin Owens face turn again. We just had it when he turned on the New Day. That's not going to happen. But we also don't know where this is going to play out, right? So this can go even further. Knowing WWE, they could add a third superstar into this mix.
Well, you never know where they're going to go.
Sucks, but
speaking of never know where you're going to go, somebody just joined us on the board.
Oh, man. I have no idea what's going on.
Good to see you, Teddy. We're episode number 414, so we're slowly creeping along to a Teddy theme there. I think most of you get what I mean there. Captain Obvious, honestly, I'm going to say it because nobody else will. Not only is Shane ruining Drew, but he's also ruining Roman. I don't know that you can ruin Roman when you're the shit and the opponent. It makes you want to root for Roman to kick your ass. So I don't know if that kind of backfires there, Captain Obvious, because I would like anyone to kick Shane's ass. And that's why we all got so excited about this promo by KO. And then Dolph comes out talking about hot dog eating contests, and saying that KO, should stick to that. And the best comeback of the night, Anaconda Vice, at least I would win. He didn't even deny that he would compete in a hot dog eating contest. Didn't even try to go that. Just dig right into Dolph.
That was the best, dude. I literally was laughing just sitting here. I looked at my wife, and I was just like, this is so good. This is like Kevin Owens is one of the best on the mic, hands down. He is something special, man.
And it makes me wonder because his wit is so perfect, his timing is so there. He always feels like an organic promo to me, whether it's in the ring, whether it's backstage, hell, even on Twitter. He just feels so organic there. But basically, we're going to circle back to this. They set up a match, Dolph and KO, reluctant partners against Heavy Machinery. We'll talk about that later tonight. Then they cut to Daniel Bryan and Rowan and New Day backstage individually and ask him about the match being a triple threat. And they both gave very political, well, it hurts our odds. Do you want to talk about that? I mean, to me, I just summed it up, but
I'm good with that. We've seen this before.
Right.
We've seen this. So
and speaking of it,
that's their shtick.
Next one we have, by the way, I don't know if you know this, it's a one fall match. I say that because we've had so many 2 out of 3 falls. It's a one fall match. We're going to watch most of it in a thumbnail, but it's Big E versus Daniel Bryan. You want to talk about this? You good?
Good match. Nothing crazy. I thought, as I was watching it, just the only thing I took out of this was, damn, Biggie is so good that he should just be a single star eventually. I don't know. We all think that.
Eventually, he was a former NXT champ. They need to.
He's not going to get it anytime soon, though. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
they're just such a cash cow for this fucking company.
I don't know.
And
Give him a
it's
solo
not gonna-
run. Give him a solo run. If you get the right rival, you can elevate each other. I mean, I felt like The Rock, Triple H, and Stone Cold Austin did more for each other, as much for each other as they did for themselves, going through the years. But that's off topic. The only thing I want to mention here is I feel like now next week, go home show, you might have Rowan versus Woods. This is a very, very cool little setting. We'll talk more about it at the end there. So I'm good to move on. Let me check the board.
Yeah.
Bang Bus says, Adam, he was solo in NXT. Hey, no shit. He's a former champion. Bang Bus thinks that because I don't know bingo halls, I don't know anything. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, I'm good. You're good. Here we go. Next topic. R-Truth upset about losing his baby. He wants to get his baby back. You want to talk about this?
Oh man, I don't know if I want to. Dude, just how you keep telling Rob on Mondays how you like this 24/7 thing, but at the same time you kind of think it's just so cliche and boring. I'm good.
Yeah. It's now you have a one-on-one, but it's not a one-on-one. It's just weird. And you still have a bunch of other guys you're using as nothing to chase. Even Carmen, she says, I'm good. Let's move on. I mean, it's not that it's run its course. It's just, it's not, there's nothing new to talk about, I guess. Here's one I want to talk about if you don't, but I'll let you get the honors here. Moment of Bliss with Nikki Cross.
Dude, I loved this. This was fantastic, I thought. Nikki is great. I think that she's just awesome. I mean, she's growing on me. They didn't really give her any showtime and any TV time early in her main, her SmackDown career. Or I don't know where the hell she was at first, but
I think they had her standing on the ramp for Ric Flair's 70th birthday or something.
Yeah.
I can't even remember when she got called up, what she did, but yeah, she's finally being used right. And here's the thing.
Oh, I know what she was doing. She was hiding behind cages, just staring at people. Remember?
Like EC3? God, that's awful. But anyway, she's being booked pretty well here. I think you have multiple layers of this onion with this thing. Number one, Nikki beat Bayley last week. Clean. This week, Bayley beat Nikki. Clean. You could have a rubber match here, and Nikki's not even your contender. So you got a lot set up in terms of, I guess, build for later with Nikki and Bayley. Alexa has lost to Bayley, didn't even earn her chance, and she keeps subtly trying to ride the coattails of Nikki here. I don't know if it's partially because she's not cleared or what they're doing, but they're doing something different here than they did the time before with Mickie James and Nia Jax. It's subtle differences, but it's partially because of the character, but it's partially, I think, because they're just exploring something different this time.
Correct. I think this may be leading to a triple threat at SummerSlam. Early prediction right there. It
would be at least a good reason for its triple threat, not just some random, hey, we got this feud, it's kind of a blood feud that we're throwing someone else in. Yeah, Bob and Rob, we've been waiting for them to get in the ring one-on-one forever. Let's throw Kevin in there and make it a triple threat. Like, there's no need for most triple threats. Tonight is the next evolution, like you said, which maybe it does culminate at SummerSlam. I wonder if they don't blow their wad and make it at Extreme Rules. I think that would be dumb because you only have 3 weeks between them. So I think that
Too
would.
soon.
Yeah, I
Correct.
think.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, by the way, when is the last time I said anything nice about the women? So
About the women,
yeah.
dude.
Check the tape, because it's not the only time I'm going to compliment the women tonight, because I thought they were booked very, very well in terms of everything tonight. I thought the bookings set yourself up for the future. I think they gave us a good show last night on Raw. Again, I'm continuing to build my argument to you, Anaconda Vice. But
Right.
I thought
I see where you're going.
they built a good show last night, gave us a lot of pop. But what did they set up truly for the future? They set up AJ and the club. The future tonight was written on so many levels. And now we're going to get to the next one.
Good.
The next one, we have a short but sweet promo, maybe 3 minutes in length, from Ali about how he's going to change your mind. He's going to change a lot of things. What do you think, Anaconda Vice? You good here?
I'm good here. I love Ali. He's done so many of these that it's okay. Get in the fucking ring. Let's go.
Okay.
Enough with these back alley promos.
Unlike Bray, yes, he needs to be in the ring already. I want to see that change. I thought that we might see the next change in that, but we didn't. Let me check on the board real quick. Oh, Justin, joining us on Twitch, says, Bailey and Nikki feel like two baseball teams that wouldn't meet till the World Series feel. Yeah, maybe that's why we wait till SummerSlam. And Stike says, Carmen filling in, I just hope when we get to Nikki and Alexa feud, we get more of the NXT Nikki, who is wild and unpredictable. Hey, Bang Bus, here, I'll drop a match on you. I think it was Last Man Standing, or Last Woman Standing, Nikki Cross and Asuka, that they had on NXT was unreal. And Asuka stood up right at the end, but the whole match was great. The spot at the end with the ladders and falling, it really made me a fan of Nikki Cross when I saw that match. So, in any event, Captain Obvious says Ali is the perfect foil to Black. Yeah, we keep thinking that's the light to the darkness. You could do a lot of puns and plays on words with that. Why not? Anyway.
Good.
Let me chime in real quick with the Ali. He talked about the championship, trying to go for the heavyweight championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think he has a chance of being booked for that at all? No. Yes.
Why not
him
pop
talking
yourself?
out of his ass?
You asked me 11 years ago if the bad accent of the Jamaican Kofi Kingston was ever be the first African-American WWE champ. I would have taken whatever bet you want. It would have been like Kevin Malone in The Office. Anybody offers you 1,000-to-1 odds, you take it. You know, if David Hasselhoff ever wins an Oscar, you know, that kind of stuff. So
True.
I mean, yeah. Bang Bus, what date was the match, Adam? Fuck if I know. I don't remember dates. I don't need to remember dates.
Google it, bro. Google.
Yeah, there's Google now. I don't need to remember any of that shit. I can just look it up if I need a fact. Next topic. Kofi and Joe face to face. I'm going to go first here, and I definitely want to talk about this. I thought there was a lot of, Joe can cut a promo. I don't think there's any question there. Game recognizes game. Well, guess what, Joe? I'm recognizing your game. You're no better than me. You're just like using people. Those are some of the things that Joe said. Kofi is not a great promo, but he was tonight. Tonight he said a lot of really good things. I can't think of, Bang Bus, if you want to cite some dates, go for it. I can't think of in recent memory a time that Kofi seemed so comfortable in a promo. Didn't seem forced. Didn't seem like he was ready to go, new day, baby, or do something stupid. He listed the opponents he's beaten. I beat Daniel Bryan. I beat Kevin Owens. I beat Dolph Ziggler. Guess what? He beat every one of them twice. KO, it was right before he won the belt, but he's beat every one of them in singles competition. He's talking trash. One move, he took down Joe. Now, that was a little weak by Joe, just laying flat like a starfish, but you're showing the strength of Kofi. I get it. This is a really good spot that Kofi was in. When they said face to face, I'm like, oh God, in the middle of the ring. I don't want to hear any more of Kofi's promos. They've been very lackluster as the champion. They're not horrible, but they're exposed to me because he's been the champion. If he was just part of New Day doing it, I'd be like, okay, they're fine. Tonight he delivered
little
it.
Stale.
Don't you agree? Tonight he delivered it.
Dude, this guy made me actually like want to hear his next promo. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, he must be practicing or something. Because I'm with you. I'm sick of like the whole coming out with the pancakes and then him just cutting a mediocre promo.
Yeah, he got real. He got very real,
Yeah.
and he stayed face.
Tonight,
Even with the middle finger, he stayed face.
yeah, he was great tonight, man. That promo, when Joe started talking, I'm like, oh, man, then it's going to go to Kofi, and it's just going to get really bad. And then I was like, holy shit. He's on par with Joe's promo. This is good.
So on the board, let's check in with them real quick. Bang Bus wants to say that March 25th, 2012. Hey, that's my best friend's birthday. March 25th, 2012. Kofi was good in a match against Jack Swagger. Thanks, Bang Bus.
That's Rob's birthday?
No. Christopher Stikelether, Kofi flipping Joe off, and I'm not being blurred out is not something you see in the PG era. Carmen, I think the PG era is, I don't know what this is. This can't be the same era. It just can't. Captain Obvious says, last night we got Graves saying, holy shit. Tonight, Kofi gives the finger. What year is it? Yeah. Get a little Raw, get a little SmackDown, get a little Fox feel, get some ratings up. Why not? I mean, I don't think you can still do stuff like HLA, but there's a lot of other stuff you can do. And Justin said this promo, Samoa Joe, is one of the best promos he's had to date besides the one with AJ Styles. Again, both things I think were perfect. And then at the end, I thought about it. I wanted to be a little sour over the handshake, but keep it simple, stupid. The handshake was fine to be a little, plot device, if you will, to bring their smack talk to a conclusion before he kicked him out. Don't you think?
Yeah, I agree. I'm happy with what we got tonight with this. I have no complaints, man. There was just pure freaking good writing on this. I don't know if it was scripted or not. It doesn't really matter to me. It was good.
Give them talking points and then let them be themselves. That's what made New Day stars to begin with. That's what everybody should be. It gives you a chance to sink or swim. Could you imagine if they didn't let The Rock go at some point and develop his gift of gab? Jericho, some of the other great promos. Like, they let those guys go. Let these guys go. Give them an opportunity. Good. Next up, Heavy Machinery backstage. I just want to mention this for 1 second, and then I'll be good on it. But does Otis act like Devon? Felt a little bit like, Bubba was cutting the promo and Devon's just picking words to echo, yeah, get the pin. Yeah, get the tag. Yeah, Extreme Rules. Yeah, titles. And then he said something at the end, that was whatever, and plus testify. I mean, that's what all was missing to me. Call me a hater.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. No, you're right. You hit it on the fucking nail. You hit the hammer on the nail, brother.
Yeah. All right. So
he's funny, though, man. He's funny.
Oh, he's good stuff. Good. Yeah. Next up, okay. Apollo and Andrade. I want to talk about it, and I don't want to talk about it. You want to go first, or are you good on this one?
I'm at a loss for words with what they're doing to this guy. I love him to death, and I feel bad for Apollo because he doesn't get any TV time. So I'm happy for him in that sense. But
he's about to leave. So
is he? Okay, well, whether he does or not.
Yeah, spoilers are released. Apollo's not going to be on the main roster much longer. He's switching to NXT.
Okay, good for him.
Or 205 Live. I can't even remember.
Get a better career down there.
Yeah. Carmen says we had an Abby the Witch sighting. Oh, we've had Easter egg puppets all throughout. I can't even keep track of them or look for them anymore. But what I want to say is this was a great little TV feud, but even the announcer said this should have ended 3 weeks ago when it was originally scheduled to end. So after not having it at all and then going back to it, it kind of took away. But It is a TV feud that got a blow off, so.
Good.
Next up, Dolphin KO backstage. If there was any, I want to talk about this Anaconda Vice. I assume you do too. If there was any reason why we thought they might not work tonight, this was just, confirming that. I mean, Dolph, why not? And what's the worst that can happen is their attitude of let's go be tag teams and whatever. No. That's what led to the Bar being around for 4 years together. I know Sheamus was hurt or couldn't go as a singles guy, but it's what it was. What do you think? Yeah. What do you think here about the motivation of, hey, fuck it, what's the worst that can happen? Whatever, let's go out and do it. It didn't fit, right?
Man, dude, it's really fucking hard to believe anything coming out of Dolph Ziggler's mouth. Not as just him going to turn on you or something like that. I just mean it's hard to care about this guy.
Well,
it just doesn't vibe
his stuff
man.
Is reaching.
He reaches so hard. It's like, dude, you're trying so hard. Just be genuine in the fucking ring. Be the wrestler that you should be. He's trying too hard. It sucks.
Well, anyway, with that said,
good.
I'm good on that because we're going to come back.
Yep.
Next up, we have Aleister Black. Now, I want to talk about this. He says that no one's at the door, kind of like a little cop-out. Like, I'm like, really? We're going to drag this out because no one was at the door? And my notes were negative, and then he kind of turned it around at the end, and he said, but we'll meet in the ring at Extreme Rules. Now, I presume this is the pre-show. I hope it's the main show, but I don't have any faith.
100% the pre-show.
But who's coming out? I mean, is someone's... this will go over like a fart in church if no one answers him when he's sitting in the ring, sitting Indian style.
Rumor has it's Cesaro. That's what somebody said online, and they're like confirming it.
That would be a great match. That would be a great series.
No, yeah,
that would be a great whatever.
It would be a great match.
I have no problem with it. Everybody was talking about Ali, but I just put him against some established people where somebody benefits from the rivalry and we might care. Somebody who does not know anything about Aleister Black or Tommy End that might know Cesaro from being, We the Pizza, from the Bar, whatever. They might gravitate and give Aleister Black a chance, some Fruity Pebble out there, and then realize, wow, this guy is good. And who knows where it could go from here.
I thought about the Ali, what you said with Ali. I thought about, is it Ali or could it be Cesaro? Like, it's speculating. It has to be Cesaro, man. Cesaro's a heel, and Black is, a weird face. Ali's the face. They're not going to do that. It's going to be Cesaro.
Justin said it dragged on the promo, and I agree it did. He saved it at the end. But it did drag on. It was probably one of the only points of the night I thought it dragged on, and I thought it was just because it was such a cop-out to not reveal, and then thankfully we swerved it. You good now?
I'm good.
Good.
All right. Ember Moon. Here's another great build for the future. If you have, I thought maybe Mandy's going to win tonight, then Mandy won. Sonya won, and we can go, hey, we both won. None of it beat Ember, and Ember can get pissed. No. Ember creates all sorts of chaos here because she wins. She beats Mandy, even though Sonya beat her last week. Her beating Mandy ends a streak that I think, I don't have the facts on here, she's lost at least like 5 or 6 times in a row, it feels like, Ember Moon, on TV. I don't know if she's winning in house shows. But now she beats Mandy. Mandy keeps looking better and better in the ring, not just out of the ring, her wrestling abilities. You have a decent match here, and you have a finish that didn't conclude. It could go somewhere in the future, right? I mean, that's the ideal everything that you've got going with it.
Good win for Ember Moon. She needed it.
You're right.
More than Mandy. Yeah, hands down.
And Mandy's had a little bit of a run lately, so this is a good kind of push her in check. We're not squashing you. You got a match. It was, what was it? Let's see, the 4th match on the night. I mean, we had 5 in all. I'm pretty impressed with that.
1, 2, 3, 4.
No, we had 5. You missed one.
No. I'm saying this was the 4th.
Yeah. This is the 4th. We had 5 in all.
Good.
Carmen asked me a minute ago about this, so we'll talk about it just for her. Shelton Benjamin, what the hell? What was he thinking about when he was asked who would win the championship? What could that possibly have been, other than it felt like a VH1, where are we in the 80s moment where they cut to Shelton and he makes a goofy face. That's his joke. Right?
I was just lost. This was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen, dude. I'm like, he's thinking of something, but what is it? I just knew the internet was just gonna buzz with just memes and shit, GIFs.
Oh, I haven't looked yet because we came on the show, but I can't wait for those. Stike wants, it's Carmen. Keep forgetting because on the board it says something different. Ember lost her last 3 matches before this win, so maybe it was just 6 weeks, 3 losses. I don't know. She wasn't doing well. I like that she got the win here. I like that the women were featured properly tonight, and I like that they told a story for the future. But this is about Shelton Benjamin. I don't know what he's thinking. I hope he's thinking, hey, this can't be as bad as the mama gimmick, and I hope he's right.
Good.
Final thing, main event time. KO and Dolph, Heavy Machinery, eco-friendly on commentary. New Day at their own personal announce table. We're definitely talking about this. It's our main event. They have a little melee, which results in Rowan putting Woods through that announce table. But in the end, Heavy Machinery gets to pin Kevin Owens. That's a big push for them. I don't think they're going to win at Extreme Rules, but that's a nice moment for them in terms of a TV win, a TV spot that's benefiting them, right?
Yeah, dude. Great moment for Heavy Machinery. They're showing us that they're not only just entertaining, but they can wrestle. Also, kind of predictable a little bit because we know that this was probably leading to a KO Ziggler feud. But
yeah, but we didn't know for sure. There was a chance.
I liked it.
There was a chance because we couldn't find anything out about Sammy. So there was a chance that I thought maybe this was a KO Sammy spot and Ziggler was the replacement because something happened. I really don't know where Sammy was. Like you said, maybe we're reading into it and he just had the night off like Roman and Elias. So who knows? But I thought this felt that way. Anyway, Heavy Machinery wins. It sets up the KO Ziggler feud. Everybody benefited here. Okay, you by incorporating these feuds together, everybody benefited.
Got everyone over.
Well, and here's the big part. Heavy Machinery, I'm sorry. I like you boys. You are not main event level yet in terms of even a Raw or SmackDown. Having New Day and Eco-Friendly, which is what I call Daniel Bryan and Rowan, out on the side, those are littered with some main event talents and names there. And it didn't matter. You got KO and Ziggler, a Frankenstein team going against them. This is the perfect spot for Heavy Machinery, and they got the win. You know that we need a really good face tag team because New Day can't do it forever. I feel like this is chapter 1 on the build to Heavy Machinery. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but I thought they did a really good job to put them in a prime spot.
0% chance they win the belts?
0.
15% chance?
0.
0. Damn.
0.
Damn.
0. But think about the matchups. They're the two big guys. I don't think the reason I say 0 is who cares about them going into SummerSlam. If this were the pay-per-view after SummerSlam, yeah, I think there's a chance. But no way going into SummerSlam are they the champs.
I agree.
Carmen says, I know prediction is early, but I think Eco-Friendly is going to pin a member of the New Day, not Heavy Machinery to retain the titles. Yes, exactly. don't have Heavy Machinery be involved with the pin. They're not going to win the titles, but don't make them pin or submit. Make it be the New Day. New Day can take that loss, and that way you don't hurt the momentum you both added to Heavy Machinery tonight and will continue to add just by having them in a pay-per-view. You ready for the awards, or you want to still talk about this? You good here? I think the board's good.
I'm good, man.
All right. Good. Now it's time for Triple H to lie to us.
We're going to give you what you want. Something new, something fresh. In the coming weeks and months, you will be seeing new...
When he said coming weeks and months,
recorded live from the White Table
maybe he meant like... Because wasn't this before Royal Rumble? So what are we, 6 months later when we finally convince the old man and Fox has an intervention with us, we'll finally get going. Again, I know a lot of the internet land is having their, teenage wet dreams over thinking that Raw last night, I was all Heyman and everything's going to be great forever, and tonight is all Bischoff and everything's going to be great forever. We have suffered through way too much for you guys to be rose-colored glasses yet. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. I'm not going to go, oh, everything is fixed now. Vince cares again, and everything is going to be wonderful with WWE. I'm not so jaded to think that. You'd have to have Stockholm Syndrome to think that. Oh, he only hits me when he drinks. No, you just, it doesn't work. So it is what it is. But here's the awards we're going to do tonight. We're going to do 4. And, then it's kind of final thoughts and get the F out of here. Brian's not here to do dirt sheet, mud report. So we got marked out. Well, that did or didn't suck. LOL and Pink Slip. Marked out award. Go ahead. You get the honors.
Marked out award, hands down, Kevin Owens, my man.
Oh, yeah, what he said in the beginning. And
brought the heat tonight.
This is Roderick Strong. I approve this message.
Yes. I love this guy. He is the epitome of a fucking wrestler. And, dude, he's the full package. I can't talk about this guy enough. He's always been one of my favorite wrestlers. So it's Kevin Owens.
Ninja, please.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I'm just going to be different for the sake of being different, but I agree with you on the KO. But Heavy Machinery winning, I think, was great. It feels like you're putting some time into the tag division again, too, is why I kind of marked out for it. Bangbus says AJ Styles debuting at the 2016 Royal Rumble, marked out for him. All right. He must have borrowed Ronda's time machine. He's all over the place. He was in 2012 a minute ago. Carmen says Kofi flipping Joe off and it not being blurred out. It looked like they tried to hide it for a minute for the angle to give it to the live crowd. And then bad production truck like they did last night with Street Profits debut. And they revealed it. I don't think it was supposed to be on there. Board was asking earlier, I can't remember who, if USA would get fined or whatever. They could. Next award, for me, I'm going to go with, well, that didn't suck. Well, that didn't suck. The intertwining of stories tonight. Starting the KO and Dolph feud at the end here, amidst a contender match for the tag titles. Way to interlink them. I thought that's perfect. Whatever's going on with Bayley and Alexa and Nikki being overlapped with Bayley. So you have the belt involved. You got other stories going on. I think Andrade trying to not be forgotten as he awaits Finn's return. I don't know what's going on with the IC title at the moment. I still think it's on the NXT UK tour. Marked out KO for Justin. Well, that did or didn't suck. Anaconda Vice, what's yours?
Well, that didn't suck. I liked the flow of the show. I thought it felt like just 2 hours of just, good stuff happening, good wrestling, good promos, good storytelling. We had good storytelling. It didn't feel like it was dragging. I wasn't bored. It's important, man. We've been getting shit wrestling. Sorry, Rob.
Don't worry. Rob and his rose-colored glasses aren't here. We're being real.
If he listens later, I haven't been happy with what we've gotten. I was happy yesterday. I was happy today. We have good back-to-back shows. And tonight, felt like it didn't drag.
Nope.
This was good.
Yep. Yeah, there wasn't 20 minutes of Shane on the board. Let's check with them. Well, that didn't suck. The women actually being in watchable segments, that comes from a woman, Carmen, on the board. So even she agrees. Normally it's not that good. Well, that didn't suck. Perfect storylines for Justin. The board, I guess the rest will catch up if there's anything worthwhile. I'll go back and read it. We got 2 awards to go, LOL and Pink Slip. Do you want to do your LOL first?
I want to do the Pink Slip first.
Okay, well, then I'll go with my LOL first. Your ass is too big to play hide and seek. That was from Kofi to Samoa Joe. I literally laughed when he said it just because it was a perfect little whatever it was jab at him. I loved it. What's yours?
All right, my LOL is then because I had that written down. I was going to put that Kofi flicking him off. It was pretty fucking funny. Wasn't expecting it. And it was funny how the camera panned, because I was like, oh, they're not going to show it on TV, and then they did.
LOL for Carmen. Abby the Witch was behind Apollo. Justin says Kofi. 1 award to go. Pink Slip. Go ahead, Anaconda Vice. You get the honors.
Shane McMahon.
Yeah, it's always Shane. It's going to be Shane for me. Shane, though, if you think about it, put him out at the beginning, got rid of him. We didn't have to see him the rest of the night. The problem is we didn't see Drew either. That meant Elias had a 2 out of 3 falls match last night. So by having 3 falls, we might never see him again in the ring, at least wrestling. I did think it was funny that in the 2 out of 3 falls match last night, the announcer said, we're going to take a commercial break after the second fall. Like, don't worry, it's guaranteed to be 1-1, and we'll be back after the break. Like, it was just.
Did you hear that Elias is not going to be with the company or something?
Wait, I did not hear that. Is that why he had the night off?
No, I don't know. I'm wondering. I'm wondering where they're going with.
Oh, I don't know. Carmen says Pink Slip Shane. Bang Bus, Pink Slip Buddy Murphy. We would like to see him in NJPW. He'd have killer matches. Wrestling Encyclopedia joining us is asking me if I'm feeling all right. What do you mean? Because I'm being positive? Check the tape. I want something new. I want some good story builds. I want something that is short and sweet with the builds. I've talked about some of the great feuds of Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream was a great feud, and it was all about saying a name. It doesn't have to be anything, as crazy as who attacked who in terms of other stuff. But, it just is. Wrestling Encyclopedia says, no, maybe it's the lighting. I look rough. No, it's because I shaved, and I don't look right without a beard anymore. It's not good. Carmen says, I have one dirt sheet. While WWE has not confirmed it, it is being reported that Gallows and Anderson have agreed to new contracts. We saw the same thing, but we couldn't find it that it was confirmed. So I'm not sure where the source was, Carmen. But
we have Bang Bus saying Adam's never positive, which isn't true. He's a critic like I can be.
Yeah, I'm
logical.
logical.
You have to critique shit that's not good. You have to critique shit when it's not making sense.
Okay,
when it's recycled.
If you think about it,
getting good stuff, right, guys?
Yeah, I've been, now everybody wants to get on John Moxley's jock like they just discovered who he was. This is my shirt up in the studio that says the Ambrose Asylum. I adored Dean Ambrose. Everybody on the board ridiculed me for him. But even as much as I loved him and still do love, I guess, him as John Moxley, I criticized him constantly, agreeing with Rob that he was slow in the ring. Maybe it's because he didn't care. Now he's showing he has some speed. But I'll be critical even when I have fandom. It's not just all negative. When it's just recycled stuff week in and week out, it's just crazy. Think about the dichotomy between the two belts, okay? The Universal Champion, since WrestleMania, has seemingly fought Baron Corbin repeatedly. Whereas the WWE champion has fought Daniel Bryan, has fought, let's see, where's my list? Fought Daniel Bryan, fought KO, fought Dolph Ziggler, and is now fighting Joe. Joe is the fourth opponent, and we're not even at SummerSlam? That never happens with the belt. We've been stuck with the same two people fighting over it for 6 months. I really like what they're doing here. That's not being recycled. And you can do the same stories with a different twist. I have no problem. You want to redo the Velveteen Dream Aleister Black thing. Have somebody be upset with the name. You got Aleister, just come knock on my door. He's doing some Dark Threes Company shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not happy that the club's coming back. I mean, we did see it in 2016, but I think it's kind of cool. I heard some people griping over it, saying, oh, this was predictable. We've seen this before. Yeah, we might have seen it before, but isn't this what we want? We wanted this. We wanted these three to go ahead and cause a fucking chaos and mayhem throughout the company. Beat the hell out of people, have some serious heat. This is good stuff.
So Carmen, also defending me on the board, says, Adam's always positive when I've been on the board. Thank you, Carmen. I knew there was a reason we liked each other. Bang Bus has a dirt sheet here that management is upset with Maria because she did not disclose that she was pregnant until after they signed the contracts. That's interesting.
Ooh, that is.
If that's true, why would they put them out there and do this whole cuck storyline? Because a cuckold storyline is really interesting there. I think we talked about it last night, saying that there's been, a type of sub situation before, but this is all new.
Yeah. That's just, dude. I'm gonna get out of this conversation.
Oh, is your wife in the room? You can't talk freely.
Shits about them.
Oh, okay. It's the other way. I thought maybe your wife was there and you couldn't talk freely.
She's in the fucking room sleeping, dude. I can say whatever I want in front of her, but
oh, you
I'm
say
not a
that
fan
you
of
say that
Maria
because she's
and
asleep. I got it.
At this point, they're over fucking paid, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, maybe that's why WWE put them out there. Bangbuff says that was their punishment. Yeah, you have to go out and shit on your husband, take his manhood away, or we're gonna let you go, and you can't compete or go anywhere else. You'll be fucked. I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what could
Would
happen.
They still be paid though, or no?
What was that?
Would they still be paid?
No. It's a weird thing. You're signing your rights to them. Now they can make you go city to city and cover your expenses, whatever. And each contract's going to be different. But I don't believe that they would get paid. Like Sasha Banks is not getting paid to stay at home. But it's her choice, obviously. I don't know if it works in reverse if they possibly hand them a little bit of money and say, stay at home. We don't want you here. But you can't go anywhere else. I don't know. Anyway, final thoughts, and let's close it down. Carmen says maybe Mike is not the father of the child. Maybe it's Vince's. That's a terrible storyline. I bet they do it. What's your final thought, Anaconda of Ice? Which, by the way, thanks for joining me since the executive producer wasn't going to do it. And Brian just had a commitment.
Anytime, dude.
Yeah, Brian had a commitment.
Happy to join you guys. It's always a good time chatting and chopping it up with you, man. And I had a good time watching wrestling this week. I'm happy. I think we have some good stuff on the horizon. I'm going to be optimistic, but I'm also just going to be, looking from the outside of the circle before I jump in, hoping that we continue to get this kind of product because it's only 1 week, right? We can't get ahead of ourselves.
We've been fooled before. When Triple H uttered the lies that we have at the beginning for our Smarkies, when he uttered those,
We're gonna give you.
we believed. And it felt like for a couple weeks there was a bunch of call-ups, but they didn't know what they were doing with them. Rob said something that stuck with me forever, and I still hold it in contention, that they don't pull people up without a reason and a storyline for them. I still call bullshit because They pulled Gargano up and they shoved him back down because Ciampa was injured. And so they're like, that was what we had for you. You might as well go back down. So many other people have been pulled up with no reason. Ty Dillinger, oh, we want to put you as number 10 in the Rumble. That's why we're calling you up. Just really stupid shit. Sanity, we're going to bring you up for no apparent reason. Just the stuff that they do with call-ups didn't make sense. My big thing about the Street Profits last night making their debut is that one team, one person, one whatever made their call-up debut last night. It was them. They got featured in 2 different spots, one with Paul Heyman. They were very fun. The audience got to see their personalities so they could separate them so that it wouldn't be like you stupid people on the board that compared them to Crime Time. They're simply not. If anything,
you can't do that.
No,
they're not Crime Time.
Exactly. And as Rob was saying, that's also their personality level. So, good for them. Carmen says, final thought, I'm glad my husband's surgery was successful. He did have some blood loss, but he's going to make a full recovery. That's great, Stike. We'll see you next week, I hope. Bangbus
I said my regards too, man.
Bangla says this like a sick thing. Doesn't your job still pay whether sick, injured, or pregnant? I don't know. I mean, I know that they get paid if they're not used that night just to go town to town, but I don't know that they get paid the same level when they don't work. Sick, injured, pregnant, same as healthy. I mean, I think that those. I get what you're saying, Bangbus, but I think it's more about their scale, whether they use you or not, whether you made call time or not.
Remember on the Moxley podcast, he talked about, I don't know if you listened to that podcast, first of all, but if you did, he talked about
we're gonna give you
only making about like $100 or maybe $500 for doing something, but not like wrestling.
Right.
And
yeah, just showing up on time.
Yeah, he wasn't paid his full amount.
Yeah, so I don't know. Again, like you, I share the same sentiment. I'm very optimistic. I think tonight I'll fight anybody who wants. Fight verbally, by the way. I think
you may have convinced me, bro. You may have convinced me.
Tonight sets you up for the future. There's so much future storylines out of tonight. There's such good builds for whatever we want. I'm not even talking about Extreme Rules. Who gives a shit about that pay-per-view? I'm talking about in the long term. They sowed the seeds of some nice stuff. The women were booked in 2 good segments. The tag teams were featured prominently in a couple different ways in matches. They didn't do any 2 out of 3 falls bullshit. They reminded us that Andrade is still there. A lot of really good stuff. The promo, we're talking about Shelton, and all he did was fucking look whacked out in front of a camera. Aleister Black, Ali, all these things were good and they were simple. Nobody dragged, and Shane was out the door before the first commercial break, and we never had to see him again. All in all, a very, very good thing. That's my take on everything. I hope Raw delivers again next week. I pray that it does. Until then, I thank you so much for joining us. Tune in next time. Same Smark time, same Smark channel.
I'll catch you on the flip side.
Markedout Podcast is produced and edited by U-Record Studios and is recorded live from Charlotte, North Carolina. Subscribe, follow, and listen to us live following WWE programming on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Download the podcast by following us at podbean.com or subscribe on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. While you're there, go ahead and give us an honest and fair review and rating. Finally, if you have enjoyed our product and would like to see us grow, please donate to us by visiting the donation link below our live video, or you can donate via Venmo and Cash App at the handle Ravepro. That's RAVEPRO.
You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows, visit electronicmediacollective.com.
Please, listen to my voice. Take it from the wise old Jew.